Imagine this. Midnight strikes, and boom, the world's biggest superpower just hit the kill switch on itself. Lights out across federal buildings. 750,000 workers staring at empty paychecks. National parks barricaded like fortresses. And President Trump? He's not just watching, he's threatening a purge of Democrat things to clean house. If you're an American taxpayer footing this bill, you're probably fuming. Who's really pulling the strings on this chaos? Stick around for the next 5 minutes as Libo News unpacks the fresh blame storm, the healthcare heartburn at the center, and why this shutdown could flip the script on 2026 politics faster than you can say furlough. You won't see this twist coming. Let's fast forward to the fallout, because as of this morning, October 1st, 2025, the US government is officially in full shutdown mode, the first gut punch since 2019's 35-day nightmare. It kicked off right at the witching hour after Congress blew 2 last-second Senate votes on stopgap funding. No deal on the 12 appropriations bills needed for the new fiscal year? Game over. We're talking a cascade of closures. The Bureau of Labor Statistics just scrapped Friday's jobs report. Poof, gone, leaving economists in the dark on hiring trends. National parks? Shuttered, with rangers sidelined and ecosystems at risk from unchecked crowds. Immigration courts? Backlogged even more. And small businesses? New federal loans for homes and expansions? Frozen solid. But the human toll? That's where it stings. Up to 750,000 federal employees, air traffic controllers, EPA scientists, HUD housing experts, are either furloughed or grinding unpaid. Picture this: a single mom in Virginia, an IRS auditor with 2 kids, wondering if she'll cover groceries while her agency is on ice. Or veterans, suicide hotlines stretched thin, because support programs like WIC Nutrition for low-income moms and babies are gasping for air. Critical stuff rolls on. Social Security checks hit mailboxes, Medicare hums, TSA screens your carry-on, unpaid, mind you, but the cracks are showing. Travel snarls at airports, incoming, just like last time when agents called out sick en masse. And the economy? Analysts are already tallying. Each day could siphon billions, echoing the $3 billion GDP hit from 2018-2019. Private job cuts in September? A shaky 32,000 per ADP data, but without official BLS numbers. It's all guesswork now. Now the finger-pointing circus, and trust me, it's a doozy, with both sides slinging mud like it's an Olympic event. Republicans, led by House Speaker Mike Johnson, lit the fuse on social media post-vote. Democrats have officially voted to close the government. Results: moms and kids lose WIC nutrition. Veterans lose healthcare and suicide prevention programs. The only question now: how long will Chuck Schumer let this pain go on for his own selfish reasons? The White House piled on with a ticking clock website blasting, "Democrats have shut down the government." And President Trump, in a pre-shutdown zinger during an executive order signing, he mused, "The last thing we want to do is shut it down, but a lot of good can come down from shutdowns. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want, and they'd be Democrat things." Oof, mass layoffs as political payback? That's the vibe, with the budget office prepping agencies to axe programs clashing with Trump's agenda. Democrats? They're firing right back, framing it as GOP cruelty on steroids. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer dropped a joint gut punch. After months of making life harder and more expensive, Donald Trump and Republicans have now shut down the federal government because they do not want to protect the health care of the American people. Former VP Kamala Harris hammered it on X. Let me be clear, Republicans are in charge of the White House, House, and Senate. This is their shutdown. VP J.D. Vance tried flipping the script on Fox, ripping Dems for tanking a GOP short-term bill. You don't shut the government down because you want to engage in a negotiation about healthcare costs. It's peak Washington. Each side owns the narrative, but polls show 60% of voters slapping blame on both houses equally. Independents, though? They're the powder keg, fed up with the theatrics. Dig deeper, and this isn't random gridlock. It's a calculated clash over America's healthcare soul, with Obamacare subsidies expiring like a ticking bomb. Democrats are dug in, demanding extensions for Affordable Care Act boosts. Think capping skyrocketing premiums and shielding Medicaid from Trump's prior cuts, because for millions, it's survival. Post-pandemic, with medical debt crushing families and insurance hikes biting harder than ever, folding here means betraying their base. Working-class folks, seniors, the uninsured scraping by. Schumer's line echoes it. They want a real sit-down, not the GOP's my way or the highway ultimatum. It's identity politics wrapped in policy, yield, and you lose the moral high ground heading into 2026 midterms, where every ad will scream, "Who fought for your doctor's visit?" Republicans counter with fiscal fortress mode. Why balloon a temp fix with billions in far-left health mandates when deficits are already a beast? Backed by Trump, they're hawking a clean continuing resolution, fund at current levels, negotiate the rest later, to avoid looking like big spenders to their heartland voters. But here's the savvy. Shutdowns are double-edged swords. They rally the base by painting Dems as obstructionists, but drag too long, and backlash bites, like 2019's wall saga that flipped House seats. Trump's pre-shutdown nod to good from chaos? It's vintage art of the deal. Use pain as leverage to gut Democrat things like open borders or social programs. Yet with Republicans holding the trifecta, White House, House, Senate, the optics sting. Why can't they just pass it solo? Answer: that 60-vote Senate filibuster forces compromise or explosion. Our founders baked in checks to prevent tyranny, but in this polarized era, fueled by echo chamber media, where Fox roars Dem sabotage and MSNBC cries MAGA extortion, it's birthing paralysis. And brace for the plot twist that's got insiders buzzing. Senate Majority Leader John Thunes signaling a revenge vote today on that GOP clean bill, hunting for Dem crossovers. No defectors named yet in the chaos, but whispers say pressure's mounting. Lawmakers from swing states like Nevada or Pennsylvania might flip if constituent calls flood in. Democrats, per Jeffries and Schumer, are ready to find a bipartisan path forward, urging Republicans to prioritize American families over billionaires. Could we flip the lights back by week's end? Or does Trump's layoff threats harden lines, stretching this into a month-long siege? Economists forecast mounting pain. Childcare vouchers vanish. Grocery aid for poor moms halts. And if TSA lines balloon, holiday travel turns nightmare fuel. For 2026, this could be the referendum. Voters punishing the party that owns the mess, reshaping Congress in a wave of anti-incumbent fury. Bottom line, folks, this shutdown's a stark mirror to a fractured America, where progress clashes with restraint and everyday folks pay the tab. Is it democracy's messy price tag, or a warning we're one veto too far from the brink? Sound off in the comments. Team Red, Team Blue, or both need a timeout. Smash subscribe for real-time drops, because as Trump tweets next, we'll be here decoding it. This is Libo News, informed, unfiltered, unbreakable. Catch you when the government's back online, or not.